Dear child, if you are a parent, I hope you will listen carefully to today's message. Your son pretends to be fine, smiling on the surface, but inside he is carrying a heavy burden that is hard to bear. An angel has sent me to deliver an urgent message to you, a message that you cannot ignore. This is a divine warning, a divine message that is specifically for you. Your nightly prayers and your worried thoughts about your child have been heard. The universe has seen your concerns, those moments when you look at your son and feel something is not quite right. You may have noticed small changes, such as his smile no longer reaching his eyes, or that he spends more time alone in his room, or that he answers, "I'm fine," a little too quickly when you ask him. These are not normal adolescent behaviors or a phase. The angels want you to know that your instincts as a parent were correct and that your son is indeed experiencing serious problems and that time is running out to help him. Your son is suffering from a profound and unbearable pain that is slowly destroying him from the inside. The superficial appearance you see, such as good grades, polite behavior, and a seemingly normal daily life, is a carefully crafted illusion. Your child has become an expert at hiding his pain and pretending that everything is normal. But the angels can see what is hidden beneath the mask, and they are desperately trying to reach you before it is too late. They have chosen this moment, this exact moment, to send you this message because your son needs you now more than ever. Listen carefully, because what I am about to tell you is crucial for your son's future. This is not just temporary sadness or normal growing pains. Your child is dealing with something far more serious, and the darkness is slowly consuming his joy, his hope, and his will to live. If nothing is done to intervene and understand the true extent of his suffering, he will slip deeper and deeper into this dangerous state day by day. This is about saving your child's life, and the situation is not good. You may think that if things were really that serious, you would know that as a parent you would sense if your child was really suffering. But the angels want you to understand something important. In today's world, children have learned to hide their pain very well, and even the most caring and attentive parents miss the signs. Your son has become very good at pretending that everything is fine, so good that he has deceived everyone around him. He has taken it all on alone, believing that he must be strong and not share his pain with anyone, not even you. If immediate action is not taken to see the real situation, the consequences will be dire. If you do not intervene immediately to understand and address the real problem, your son could fall into a deep abyss from which he cannot escape. The angels have shown me what will happen if this continues, and the path leads to a place that parents should never imagine their child going. But there is still time to change the path and prevent the unthinkable. The universe has brought you here at a time when you need to hear this message most. Your son needs you to look past his brave face and his "I'm fine" answers and understand that beneath his carefully maintained exterior, he is crying out for help. Every fake smile, every "I'm fine" is actually a plea to someone, to you, to understand his pain, to understand what he is going through, and to help him regain his light and hope. The angels have revealed to me signs that you have seen but perhaps not fully understood. Every morning, when your son gets up tired, claiming that he is just tired from staying up late studying, there is more to it than just fatigue. His body is carrying an invisible burden, and this pain is draining his life. Obsessive-compulsive disorder. You have noticed that he is a picky eater, turning food on his plate around, saying that he ate at a friend's house or that he is not hungry. These are not just fussy eating habits or puberty, but silent cries for help. Remember those moments when you heard muffled sounds late at night when you passed his room? Your son is crying alone because he feels the need to hide his tears and believes that showing emotions makes him look weak. The angels want you to know that those sleepless nights when you toss and turn, feeling restless for your child, your parental instinct is reminding you that things could be serious. These worries are not unfounded, but a quiet reminder from above to help you see your son's pain. Watch closely how your once energetic child now spends his time alone in his room. He says he's doing homework or playing games, but the angels have revealed the truth to me. Behind that closed door, he is battling unseen demons, battling dark thoughts that would break your heart. His withdrawal is not about teenage independence, but about hiding his pain from the world and from you, because he doesn't want anyone to suffer with him. You've also noticed a change in his friends. Where there used to be nonstop chatter on the phone, now it's quiet. He tells you everything's fine, but he just likes being alone. But this isolation is a red flag that the angels are desperately trying to get your attention. Your son is distancing himself from life itself, withdrawing into a shell where he thinks his pain won't hurt anyone. When you look at him, the angels smile, but his eyes tell a different story. They have lost the light they once had. When you try to look deeper, he turns away, afraid that you will see the storm raging within. This is not just the emotional instability of adolescence, but the deep unrest of the soul, calling for help in its only way. Pay attention to the moments when he thinks no one is looking. The way his shoulders slump, the heavy sighs when he thinks he is alone, and the way his hands sometimes tremble when he is lost in thought. These are not random acts, but physical manifestations of his inner struggle. Your son is carrying a heavy burden that is difficult for his young body to bear. The angels want you to understand that your child's room, which was once a space full of creativity and joy, has become a fortress of solitude. The drawings or posters he once proudly displayed have been removed. The colors in his world are gradually fading to gray, not because of a change in taste, but because the inner light is waning. This change in his personal space reflects the transformation taking place in his soul. He will flinch slightly when you suggest a family activity he used to enjoy. He quickly makes excuses that he is too busy or tired, which is not just typical teenage rebellion, but a sign of something deeper. Your son is distancing himself from you because he feels unworthy of love and happiness, and he is convinced that his dark side could somehow taint the happiness of the family. The angels revealed to me how your child's writing style has changed. His school essays, text messages, and even the tone of his voice are full of despair. He may get good grades and maintain academic success, but beneath the surface, his words are filled with pain and loneliness. His teachers may praise his work, unaware of the desperate plea for help hidden in the lines. Most worrying of all, the angels tell me your son has started talking about the future, or rather, he has started avoiding talking about the future. When you talk about university plans or career dreams, he either changes the subject or speaks in vague terms. This is not the normal uncertainty of youth about the future, but a loss of hope for the future and an inability to see the dark past of today. The divine forces that guide and protect us have lifted the veil to reveal the painful truth about your son. What you see, these disturbing changes in his behavior, are only the surface of a deeper pain. The angels want you to understand that your child is facing a difficult battle that his young soul cannot bear alone. Each passing day, without intervention, will push him further into the depths of despair, hidden beneath the veneer of normality he so carefully maintains. Your son is being overwhelmed by emotions he cannot understand. The angels showed me how he tosses and turns at night, with thoughts that many young people cannot face alone. He questions his worth, his place in the world, and whether anyone will truly miss him when he is gone. These are not whims or adolescent episodes, but signs of a soul in crisis. The spiritual world reveals to me evidence of how your child hides his inner turmoil. Look in his room, where he thinks no one will look. Look under the bed, behind the drawers, in the computer in the folder, protected by a password. You will find traces of his painful struggle, such as a diary full of dark thoughts, letters that never went out crying for help, or text messages to friends because he convinced himself that no one would understand or care. Your son has been carrying this burden for longer than you think. The angels showed me how it all began. What seemed like normal, subtle changes were actually the first signs of something much more serious. Do you remember when he stopped sharing his day? Do you remember when his laughter stopped being so frequent? Do you remember when his eyes started looking tired all the time? These are not just growing pains, but the beginning of a dangerous spiral. Spiritual power. I want you to understand that your child's suffering goes far beyond typical adolescent struggles. This is not about grades, social pressures, or normal growing pains. What he is experiencing is a deep, all-consuming darkness that is slowly erasing what he once was. Every day, more parts of his true self disappear behind walls of pain and loneliness. He is not just sad or moody, he is slowly losing himself. In his quietest moments, when he thinks no one can see him, your son is battling thoughts that would frighten you. The angels have shown me how he rehearses conversations in his head, trying to find the right words to tell you about his pain, but always coming to the conclusion that silence is golden. He is convinced that talking will only burden you and that his problems are too big to share. This silence is killing him. His inner world is revealed in his outward appearance. Despite his efforts to hide it with carefully chosen clothes and practiced smiles, his body bears the marks of his inner struggle. He either loses interest in food or starts to eat and drink irregularly. His sleeping patterns become chaotic. Sometimes he stays up all night, and sometimes he sleeps during the day. These are not just bad habits, they are expressions of deep inner pain. Your child has developed a carefully designed system to hide his pain. He has several social media accounts, one of which you can see and is full of normal posts and acceptable content, while the others are used to express his true feelings. He has learned to answer questions about his health by only revealing details that seem good without giving away any important information. This is not teenage privacy, but a cry for help wrapped in layers of deception. The divine realm has shown me how your son observes other families and wonders why he cannot feel the happiness in others. He looks at his siblings or friends and questions why he is so different and why he feels so broken inside. These comparisons only deepen his sense of isolation and reinforce his belief that something is wrong with him. He doesn't know that his experiences are not his fault and that this is a serious illness that requires immediate intervention. Divine providence watches over us. We want you to know that despite the severity of your son's illness, there is hope. The fact that you are receiving this message now is proof that the universe has not given up on your child. The angels have been working tirelessly behind the scenes, guiding you to this moment of revelation, paving the way for healing and recovery. Divine intervention has begun. The restlessness you have been feeling, the sleepless nights of worry, are not just the concerns of a parent. They are spiritual cues, heavenly attempts to alert you to the forces at play in your child's crisis. The universe has been placing subtle signs in your path to prepare you for this moment when the truth will be revealed in full. The angels want you to understand that healing is possible, but that immediate action is required. Your suffering is not without remedy, but every second counts. The spiritual world has shown me the way forward and the steps needed to pull your child back from the brink. It will not be easy, but with divine guidance and unwavering love, your son can find his way back to light and hope. First, You must create a space of absolute safety and unconditional love. The angels emphasize that your child needs to know that any pain he speaks or reveals will not diminish your love for him. He needs to understand that pain will not make him weak or break him, but will only make him a more complete person. Your acceptance and love will be the foundation of his journey to healing. Spiritual strength emphasizes the importance of professional help. Just as you would seek medical help for a physical illness, your son's inner pain requires professional care. The angels will guide you to the right people, whether therapists, counselors, or medical professionals who can provide the support your child so desperately needs. Trust that the universe will guide you to those who can help. Prayer will be a powerful tool on this journey. The angels encourage you to pray, not only for your son's recovery, but also for the strength and wisdom to support him through this difficult time. They want you to know that every prayer will be heard, every tear will be seen, and every step towards recovery will be supported by divine grace. Heaven has shown me that your son's recovery will take place in stages. There will be days of progress and days of setbacks. There will be moments of breakthrough and moments of challenge. Trust in the process. The angels want you to know that recovery is not linear, but a journey unfolding according to God's timetable. Your entire family needs to be involved in this recovery journey. The angels emphasize the importance of unity and understanding among all family members. Everyone in the family must create an environment of support and acceptance. Your son needs to feel that the whole family is his safe haven as he goes through the storm. Spiritual power also emphasizes the importance of patience. Your son did not fall into darkness overnight, and he will not get out of it immediately. The angels want you to understand that healing takes time, but every step forward is a victory to celebrate. Trust the process, trust in divine providence, and most importantly, trust in your child's ability to heal. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. The angels surround you and your son with their protective energy and guide them step by step towards recovery. They want you to know that even in the darkest moments, when progress seems slow or uncertain, the forces of the heavens are at work behind the scenes, creating the conditions for healing and recovery. Dear parents, now is the time to take action. The angels have revealed your son's suffering and shown you the path to recovery. Do not let time pass in vain, but take immediate steps to help your child. Remember, you are not alone, and divine forces will support you every step of the way. Consider this message a divine sign. Your instinct as a parent has always been right, and now you have the confirmation you need. Connect with your son today. Let him know that he is not alone and that his suffering is seen and understood. Create a safe environment so that healing can begin. Trust that the universe delivered this message at the right time, and that parental love can heal even the deepest wounds. Your son's life depends on your action now. Angels are with you to guide and support you through this critical period. Please have confidence in the future and believe that with love, support, and the help of God, your child can regain light and happiness.